Good morning, folks. I'm zettovyker. Welcome back to See Something Awesome. Let's play, whatever you want to call it, Katawa Shoujo Act 2. Today, we continue today's stories of hide and seek with Hanako, and we have chirping birds. Normally, this would be a good time to reflect upon the beauty of nature. But it is 6 a.m. Covering my head with the pillow, I slam my face into the mattress, hoping that the impact would send me instantly back to sleep. Futile. I toss and turn, but sleep simply won't return to me. Alright, nature, you won. See? I'm getting up now. The lack of sleep weighs my mind down, but there's only one remedy for this. A nice, hearty breakfast. It would be nice to be the first person here. To be the first to dig into a piping hot pile of food. To sit wherever I desire. It would have been nice. But even my exceptionally early start has put me behind the most diligent students. I guess there's quite a few people here that have early starts here, for one reason or another. A group of students in sports clothes huddle around the one table, eagerly discussing game plans in between inhaling great gulps of food. Scattered around the hall are a number of bleary-eyed students, probably suffering from the same ailment as myself. Noisy birds. Angry birds. And of course, there are the people that actually enjoy getting up this early, the ones with their bags stuffed with textbooks and completed homework. Not me. I mean, well, eventually. Start semester I start school next week, so yeah, that'll be. I will still record. I promise to you guys. It's my New Year resolution. Do new stuff. It's hard not to despise these people like that, even more so when you're tired yourself. Picking out a familiar face from the thin crowd, I head towards the nearest table. Lily sits alone, delicately feeling her way around a small plate of eggs with her fork. It's almost a shame to interrupt her in her clockwork movements. I wonder, is this how a blind person zones out, simply moving in predetermined patterns, learned over the years, just like how a sighted person would eat while reading a newspaper. Good morning, Lily. I didn't expect you to be up here this early. Oh, Hisao, you startled me. I didn't know you took breakfast this early. I don't. This is an exception to the rule. I'd greatly prefer to be late to school than early to breakfast. Linda gives a small sigh at my admitted tardiness as I begin eating my food. It doesn't take long for her to lapse back into her previous mindless nibbling. Each short motion lacks energy, as though this is similar to letting your eyes wander while performing any ordinary chore. But after a few repetitions of the fine food eat food cycle, Lily puts on her fork and dabs her lips with a napkin. So, do you mind if I ask you a question? Damn, all I want is a little food and about 4 hours of sleep. And nobody says, can I ask you a question for a simple reason? Sure. Do you think of Hanako as a friend? Huh? This seems like a leading question. Uh, I guess so. Why do you ask? No real reason. I do have another question, though. Why is it that you think of her as a friend? Well, this was well above my level. What is she expecting from me? I'm not really sure. I guess it's because she's a little different in the way she deals with people. Since I've known her, she hasn't really connected with anyone. She doesn't seem interested in other people, and I think people are a little scared off by her appearance. Really? I thought that kind of thing was, well, discouraged here. Discriminating and such. If I were to put it one way. She furrows her brow in thought, a move which makes me slightly anxious as to what she's plucking from her mind. I'd say you're a little naive. Naive? I'd be insulted if not for the slightly cynical grin on her face. I see. While Yambaku has a stronger sense of community compared to other schools, it's far from being free of conflict. Rules cannot remove human nature, after all, only suppress it. That's something I've noticed, actually. Just little things, like how certain people in cliques avoid each other in the hallways. It's no different from my old school, really. Even Lily and Shizune can be considered bitter rivals, even though they both seem like fairly accepting people. Well, at least the Misha tinted Shizune does. Who knows that? Who knows what actually goes on with her fingers behind her glasses? I guess you're right. But when I first came here, everything was a bit of a shock. I kept on making mistakes, or at least thinking I was making mistakes. Like when we first met, and I said, I see to you. I don't know if that was considered rude or anything, so I tried to just put it in the back of my mind. Treating people any differently and that kind of thing. So I didn't. I told myself that Hanako and you or everyone else was just normal. And I tried to ignore the obvious. I talked to Hanako as if she were any other person, and so we became friends. At least, that's how I think it happened. But I feel guilty from just saying something like that aloud, as if it took extra effort to think of Hanako, or you, or anyone here as normal people. I don't think that's right. Hisao, I think you're naive, but I also think you're a good person. It is perhaps one of your better traits. I suppose I can take that as a compliment. Tell me, are you free tonight? If you don't count homework, then I'm as free as the breeze. In that case, would you care to join myself and Hanako for tea? I don't really have much money at the moment, so going out isn't really... Oh, I didn't mean going out. Just here, this evening. You can access the classrooms in the evening here? No, that's not what I meant. Hanako and I often use my room for tea parties together. Feel free to drop by after dusk. Sure. I see no problem with that. What's your room number? 225. Room 25 on the second floor. Okay, sure. Well then, I had best be off. I have class representative duties to attend to, after all. Until this evening, Hisao. Yeah, catch you later. Hang on. Wait, was I just invited to a girls' room after hours? Is that even allowed? There is a curfew here, but I've never heard any rules about visitors in the dorm rooms. Even still, this is enough to get my sleep-deprived brain jump-started. Add that to the lukewarm breakfast, and you have one hell of a pick-me-up. Nom nom nom. I grudgingly go to class, still a little excited from the prospect of breaking the rules. Oh yeah. I feel a little, I feel, I feel a little like a kid planning to sneak out of his window at night. Been there, done that. Well, maybe what's going a little too far. But when you compare the invitation to a party or to 6 or so hours of lectures, I know which one I won. I know which one wins. Missions didn't do little to relieve my boredom either. For once, they seemed determined to actually complete Muto's assignments. Nevertheless, the day winds to a close. I hurry back to my room and wash up and comb my hair. Thankfully, I don't run into Kenji. Oh, thank God! No Kenji! Before long, I'm leaving the boys' dorm. I never see rap on the door marked 225, checking my watch again. Once again. Is that you, Hisao? The door is open. You can come in. Lily's voice lits through the door and soothes my nerves. This is the first time I've ever been invited to a girl's room after dusk. Even though I know there's no ulterior motive behind this invitation, it doesn't stop my mind running wild with possibilities. One guy, 2 girls, in a dorm room with a tea set. When I put it like that, it sounds a little dodgy. Giving a small sigh to steady myself, I gingerly put my hand on the door and open the door, craning my head to see inside. Wow. The door opens completely, and I catch my first glimpse of Lily's room. Her furniture looks almost antique, but the bare walls and the flat surfaces are barely decorated at all. In the center of the room sits a little table, where I see a small tea set at rest. It seems that everything in this room has its place, possibly expecting the several piles of books stacked up against the wall. My sense of vision isn't the only one to be stimulated. The faint smell of something can be picked up in the air. Nail polish, perfume, makeup. It's hard to describe in any other way other than girly. My eyes finished the quick sweep of the room before returning their position onto the girls. Lily sits next to the small table wearing very dark blue pajamas. Dark blue pajamas with shorts that show plenty of her luring pale legs. Opposite her, Hanako sits in an adorned, conservative light pink gown. Her hands are firmly fixed between her legs, her shoulders forward, and her head down, as if trying to hide herself in it. It would be easy for her to do so. It looks about 2 sizes too big for her. Waves of flannel flow from her frame, making her look like a child playing dress-up in her parents' clothes. She looks up to confirm my identity and begins a thin smile creep across her face, before vanishing so fast I can't sure why they were ever there. There's no point in you standing there in the doorway, Hisao. Aww, look at them. They're cute. I take a step at the door, closing the door behind me. My, I'm afraid it really is a small room for the 3 of us. Would you like to take a seat? I slowly walk to the table and sit down, trying my hardest not to disturb anything along the way. I still can't help but steal a quick glance into Lily's top as I sit. To be robbed of sight would be a most terrible fate. Well now, how about some tea? Hanako, could you please pour?
Sure. Hisao, would you, would you like?
I would love some tea. Do you need a hand?
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
Lily finds it difficult to resist a smile at her companion's nervousness, something I can't really blame her for. Being a tiring day? Been a tiring day?
Yeah.
I relax in my place, opposite of the cabinet. To my left is the blue-clad Lily, and to my right sits the pink Hanako. The tea set on the table looks cute as well as practical, painted red with a floral motif. It looks odd when contrast with Lily's plain but general sophisticated-looking furniture, which leads me to think that Hanako might have picked it out. There's a slight ting when Hanako accidentally clips the teapot on the cup as she is pouring. She breathes in sharply. She must be really nervous. It's not like that kind of thing anyone would worry about. Hanako quivers at her mistake.
It's okay, Hanako. There's no need to be nervous.
Hanako seems to find some confidence in Lily's reassuringly soft-spoken words, and deftly pours the next 2 cups. Shazam.
Here you are, Hisao. Lily?
Hanako places a cup in front of the saucer. And it places a cup and saucer in front of Lily and myself. I could get used to a service like this. Mm.
Thank you, Hanako.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
Lily searches for her cup, and upon finding it, sips delicately. I do the same. This tea tastes somewhat better than the tea we usually have at the school. This is nice. It's so different from any tea I've had before. Looks like you picked the right one, Hanako.
You've done well, even if it was a bold move.
Hanako smiles returns. We doubled. Even with her blighted face, her shy smile couldn't be called anything but cute. Agreed! Agreed, Hisao.
I'm glad you like it.
Hanako, finally getting to relax, sips from her cup. I think back to my chat with Misha the other day. Is Hanako's behavior something to be concerned about? Or is she just shy? And then there's Lily. Then there was Lily earlier this morning. She cornered from the concern from both of them seemed to be genuine, and they know the situation better than I. But really, how could I possibly help? I'm no plastic surgeon, so I can't really help her appearance. Nor am I a psychologist, so I can't make her more sociable. So what the hell do Lily and Misha want me to do? It's frustrating. Hanako and I are quickly becoming friends on our own accord, and because of that, it's like everyone wants me to solve all of our problems. And then I have no idea how to do that. No one can cure my heart, nor Lily's eyes, nor anyone who is here in this school. However, I see no harm in becoming better friends with Hanako. Now that she's warming up to me, I kinda enjoy hanging out with her. So Hisao, are you enjoying yourself? Lily's word wake me out of my reverie, and take a second to reconsider where I am. In a room with 2 girls in their bedclothes. Ah, yes. This is something to be enjoyed. Yeah, it's relaxing. Almost like I'm not at school anymore. Do you guys do this often?
Quite often, but not as often as we take tea in the school building.
Considering that they do that every day, that's not a big surprise. As I move to take another sip from my teacup, I find it sadly empty. That was delicious. Thank you, Hanako. Lily.
You're welcome.
Yes, you're most welcome, Hisao. It's nice to have a third person here. Well, anytime you need someone to fill that position, I'm always available. Always. One must be sure to get one's point across in these circumstances. Lily lets loose a yawn, which she unsuccessfully hides with her hand.
Pardon me. I think I'm a little tired. I think we're all a little tired. I think we're all a little tired. My, how astute we are tonight, Hanako. We really should head to bed. We all have class tomorrow.
Yeah, I should go.
Thank you for your presence, Hisao. Thanks. You're coming in?
Not even a whole army could stop me.
I'm impressed by your determination, Hisao.
Either way, you're right. We'd best be get going. I stand up and make for the door. Hanako gingerly stands up behind me. I stop and face her. Are you coming with me? Hanako instantly blossoms into a full blush.
No, no. This room isn't.
It's okay. I was only joking.
Oh, okay. Good night. Good night, Hanako. Good night, Hisao.
Night all. And with that, our tea party finishes. I'm still not sure what is it that Lily wants me to do for Hanako, but I don't want to let her down. I wait until the door has closed behind us before turning to Hanako. Hey Hanako, you know, you don't have to be so nervous around me or anything. I mean, we're friends, right?
Right. We're friends.
If you ever want to hang out or anything, just let me know. We still need to have that chess rematch, remember?
Just sure. But I don't think you'll win.
It wouldn't be any fun if it was easy. Hanako seems to give a muted laugh, but she couldn't have easy just been exhaling.
Good night, Hisao.
With that, Hanako quickly retreats into her room, located next to Lily's. I start to walk back to my dorm, but the simple act of walking seems to drain me of my energy. Ugh. I barely make it to my room before I'm hit by a wave of exhaustion. I kick off my shoes, fall into bed, and sleep by the time my hand hits the pillow. I hope you guys like this video. Please leave your comments below, give it a thumbs up if you like the story, and subscribe if you want to hear the rest of it. Until next time, folks, I'll see you guys then. Good night.